There is a place in India that does not appear on most maps. Tucked away in the folds of the countryside, it is a village that seems to exist in the spaces between stories, a place that the world has chosen to forget. Its boundaries are marked not by fences or rivers, but by the silence that surrounds it. A silence that is both a shield and a prison. Known as Devdasi Gaon, its name is whispered by truck drivers and lost men, a name that mocks its own history. The signboard at the village's edge is faded, almost as if the sun itself is trying to erase it. Those who pass by rarely stop, and those who stop rarely speak of what they see. The air is thick with unspoken stories, the sunlight barely reaching the narrow lanes. Shadows linger long after the sun has set, and every corner seems to hold a memory that refuses to fade. The village breathes in whispers, its secrets woven into the dust that rises with every step. Women in vibrant saris balance water pots, while men gather under a banyan tree, their faces marked by secrets. The colors of their clothing stand in stark contrast to the heaviness in the air, as if they are trying to bring life to a place weighed down by its own past. But look closer. The women's eyes scan the road, hope and dread mingling. Every passing vehicle is a question, every stranger a possibility. Behind doorways, women peer out, their gazes sharp and searching as if waiting for news that never comes, or dreading the arrival of something inevitable. The men carry the weight of resignation. Their conversations are hushed, their laughter rare and brittle. Years of unchanging routine have etched lines of fatigue and acceptance into their faces, as if they have learned to expect little and hope for even less. This is not just a village, it's a marketplace where innocence is currency, and silence is never peaceful. Children watch from behind fences, their eyes old before their time, learning early that some questions are better left unasked. The market is subdued, its energy tinged with an unspoken tension. The rhythm of life here is set by the arrival and departure of strangers, not the sun and moon. Trucks rumble in and out, bringing with them a sense of anticipation and unease. The villagers move around the newcomers with practiced caution, their routines shifting to accommodate the unpredictable flow of outsiders. The secrets of Devdasi Gaon are hidden in plain sight, in tired eyes and guarded smiles, waiting to be truly seen. Every face tells a story, every gesture conceals a truth. In this village veiled in shadow, the real stories are the ones that are never spoken aloud. Devdasi Gaon's trade is rooted in a history where tradition blurred into exploitation. Once the community's women were artists, respected Devdasis dedicated to a deity, but as royal patronage faded, their art lost value, and their status crumbled. What began as honor became survival. The eldest daughters were dedicated, not to art, but to the family's survival. Men, unable to find work, became complicit, living off the women's earnings. The village became isolated by shame, its people trapped by a legacy they never chose. The name Devdasi Gaon is now bitter irony, a brand marking every resident. The past is not gone. It dictates marriages, work, and how the world sees them. Here, the echoes of a cursed past drown out hope for a different life. Meera, just 24, wears the exhaustion of someone twice her age. Her eyes, heavy with sleepless nights and unspoken worries, tell stories she rarely shares aloud. In the quiet corners of her small home, she moves with a practiced grace, her every gesture shaped by years of hardship and resilience. By day, she's a mother, gentle, nurturing, fiercely protective of her children. But as dusk falls, Meera transforms. The village lanes become her stage, and she becomes someone else entirely, doing what she must to survive in a world that offers few choices. "You learn to switch off," she says quietly, her voice steady but distant. "The real me is with my children, not with the men." In those precious moments, surrounded by laughter and innocence, she finds a fleeting sense of normalcy, a reminder of who she once hoped to be. Anjali, forced into the trade at just 15, clings to dreams of a different future for her daughter. She helps with homework, encourages curiosity, and hides her own reality behind gentle smiles. Every day she imagines a life where her daughter walks freely to school, unburdened by secrets. The women of Devdasi Gaon have built a sisterhood from necessity and compassion. They share money, childcare, and comfort, creating a fragile safety net in a world that often turns its back on them. Their bonds are forged in shared struggle and quiet acts of kindness. Their laughter, echoing through courtyards, is genuine, a rare reprieve from the weight they carry. Their friendships run deep, offering solace and understanding. Yet beneath the surface, the emotional toll is immense, leaving scars that are slow to heal. Detachment becomes a shield, a way to endure the unendurable. But this survival tactic breeds a profound loneliness, a sense of isolation, even among friends. Each day is a performance, a careful balancing act between hope and resignation. As they prepare for the day, hope flickers in their eyes, sometimes bright, sometimes barely visible, but always present. Their resilience is as palpable as their despair. They wipe away tears, stand tall, and face each day with a quiet determination that defies their circumstances. They fiercely protect moments of joy, a song sung together, a festival celebrated, a child's small victory at school. These moments are lifelines, reminders that happiness is still possible. Yet, as the years pass, the boundaries blur. The line between who they are and who they must be grows thin, and their true selves risk being lost in the daily struggle. Still, the hope for a different life is fragile but persistent. Each sunrise brings a new chance, however small, to dream of change. In every whispered dream, in every secret shared between friends, the possibility of change remains alive, delicate, but never extinguished. The children of Devdasi Gaon live in contradiction, love deeply, yet shadowed by anxiety. They play in the same lanes where their mothers work, learning the village's secrets early. Boys risk becoming the next generation of enforcers, girls, the next in the cycle. Mothers fight to keep daughters in school, dreaming of futures built on love, not commerce. The threat of traffickers and community pressure is constant, yet the children's laughter is the village's greatest hope. Their dreams of being pilots, doctors, or movie stars defy the village's fate. In their drawings and school books, you see the desire for a normal life. They are why their mothers endure, and why activists keep fighting. The children are the fragile hope that the shadows might one day recede. Prostitution in Devdasi Gaon is a complex ecosystem, fueled by demand and sustained by poverty. Customers come from all walks of life, seeking anonymity and cheap satisfaction. Traffickers and pimps, some outsiders, some insiders, control the women through debt and threats. The caste system and social hierarchy keep the community marginalized, making escape nearly impossible. The elders often uphold the status quo, as the trade is the village's main income. Poverty binds the women to the trade. With no education or options, survival comes at a steep price. The paradox. What destroys their dignity also feeds their families. Breaking the cycle means dismantling the entire machinery, not just rescuing individuals. The roots of exploitation run deep, entwined with economics, tradition, and stigma. Amid despair and entrenched traditions, activists and NGOs are beacons of hope in Devdasi Gaon. Their presence is a lifeline for many, offering not just support, but a vision for a different future. These dedicated individuals work tirelessly, often in the face of skepticism and resistance, to bring about change where it is needed most. They build trust slowly, spending countless hours listening to villagers' stories, understanding their struggles, and offering education, counseling, and alternative skills. Through workshops and informal gatherings, they create safe spaces for women to share, learn, and heal. Sunita, an activist, runs a school that's more than a classroom. It's a safe haven where children can dream beyond the boundaries set by their circumstances. Here, laughter and learning replace fear and silence. Education is the key, she says. It gives children a choice their mothers never had. For many girls, this is the first time they've been told their future can be different. Vocational training offers women a path to economic independence, however gradual. Learning skills like tailoring or handicrafts, they begin to see new possibilities for themselves and their families. Each woman who leaves the trade becomes a symbol of hope, inspiring others to believe that change is possible, no matter how daunting the odds. Activists also rescue minors, provide legal aid, and help women transition to safer lives. They connect survivors with resources, shelter, and emotional support, guiding them through every step of recovery. Their work is dangerous, often met with resistance from those who benefit from the status quo, but it bridges the village to the outside world and brings hope where there was none. They ensure Devdasi Gaon is not forgotten, and its voices are heard by policymakers, journalists, and the wider society. Change is slow, but every small victory matters. Each milestone, no matter how modest, is a step toward a brighter future for the next generation. The presence of activists keeps hope alive, reminding the community that transformation is possible and that no one is truly alone in their struggle. Change in Devdasi Gaon is a quiet revolution, seen in girls walking to high school, mothers watching with pride. Education is an act of defiance, a whisper of a different future. Women, empowered by NGOs, form self-help groups, pooling savings and sharing dreams. Conversations now include health, rights, and hope. Some men are breaking the cycle, seeking work outside, supporting their daughters' education. These shifts are fragile, easily silenced by poverty and pressure. For every girl in school, another drops out. For every new business, many remain trapped, yet the whispers persist, in laughter, in learning, in determination. They are the first signs of a dawn Devdasi Gaon has long awaited. Lasting change in Devdasi Gaon demands more than rescue. It requires attacking root causes. Economic alternatives must be real jobs, infrastructure, access to credit. Legal reform is vital. Laws must target traffickers and protect survivors, not punish them. Social stigma must be dismantled, starting with education and integration. Men need support to redefine masculinity beyond exploitation. The village's story must shift from shame to resilience. This journey needs government, civil society, and ordinary people. It means seeing the humanity behind the headlines and supporting real change. The new dawn will come from countless small efforts and persistent hope. A different future is possible, but it will not arrive overnight. Today, life in Devdasi Gaon unfolds as always, shadows and flashes of light. The future is unwritten, shaped by the resilience of its women and the dreams of its children. These women are not victims waiting to be saved, they are survivors, fighting for change. Their efforts, educating daughters, saving money, supporting each other, plant seeds of hope. The village's fate mirrors India's larger struggles: poverty, gender inequality, caste. Its transformation is tied to the nation's progress. The fight for Devdasi Gaon is a fight for justice and equality. The answer lies in today's choices, by activists, by mothers, by the world. For the first time, the people of this hidden village are writing their own story. One word, one day, one act of hope at a time.